The Bible says a man without a dream or vision shall perish. If you got
Steve Harvey's story is not just one of fame, it's a saga of faith, pain, and unstoppable perseverance. From a poor, stuttering boy in West Virginia to one of the most beloved voices in global entertainment, his rise is as inspiring as it is heartbreaking. Behind the laughter that filled millions of homes lies a man forged in poverty, rejection, and unimaginable struggle. Harvey's success wasn't handed to him. It was wrestled from darkness through sheer willpower. His journey from sleeping in a broken-down car to commanding stages worldwide reveals the price of greatness and the beauty of never giving up on a dream. Humble beginnings and a childhood of struggle. Steve Harvey's childhood was defined by hardship, poverty, and ridicule. Born in 1957 in Welch, West Virginia, to a coal miner and a schoolteacher, his family lived with little but faith. When they moved to Cleveland, Steve's life didn't get easier. Racism, poverty, and a severe stutter made him an easy target for mockery. One defining moment came when his teacher tore up a paper where he wrote, "I want to be on television." That cruelty left scars, but his father's advice to read your dream every day planted the seed of determination. That torn dream became his prophecy, a reminder that greatness often grows in pain. The turning point? Discovering his gift for comedy. After graduating high school, Harvey took on countless jobs: mail carrier, carpet cleaner, boxer, but none fulfilled him. Life was a blur of survival until one night in 1985, when a friend dared him to perform at an open mic. Nervous but desperate, Steve stepped on stage and changed his life forever. The laughter of that crowd was like medicine. For the first time, he felt seen, alive, and destined for something bigger. That $50 he earned became a symbol of hope. He quit his job the next day, believing that his calling wasn't behind a desk, but in front of people, making them laugh, think, and feel. Homelessness and the years of darkness. Success didn't come easily. After choosing comedy, Steve faced brutal years of homelessness. For 3 long years, he lived inside his 1976 Ford, washing in gas station bathrooms and surviving on crackers and sandwiches. Nights were cold and lonely, and the dream often felt like a curse. But through tears and exhaustion, he clung to his father's words. Read it again. Believe it again. When he was ready to give up, fate intervened through 2 phone messages offering gigs that would change everything. With borrowed faith and the kindness of strangers, Harvey climbed out of the darkness, determined never to return to it again. The rise of a star, showtime at the Apollo and beyond. Steve Harvey's first big break came with Showtime at the Apollo and the Johnny Walker National Comedy Search in 1990. His raw honesty and humour captivated audiences, transforming him into one of America's favourite comedians. Hosting Apollo for 7 years, he brought soul, laughter, and relatability to millions. The boy once mocked for his stutter now commanded the stage with unshakable confidence. Each laugh from the crowd was redemption, proof that pain could be turned into purpose. Behind every performance, however, was a man who poured his suffering into his art, using humour as both a weapon and a shield against his past. The Steve Harvey Show and the Price of Fame. By the mid-1990s, Harvey had become a household name. His sitcom, The Steve Harvey Show, ran from 1996 to 2002, solidifying him as a cultural icon. Yet fame came at a cost. Long working hours, endless touring, and television commitments strained his personal life. The same success that brought him glory also stole time with his children. He later confessed that the applause sometimes felt hollow when he realized what it had cost him, a family that had once believed in his dream. Fame had made him known to the world, but nearly a stranger to those he loved most. The kings of comedy, cementing his legacy. In 1997, Harvey joined Cedric the Entertainer, Bernie Mac, and D.L. Hewley for the original Kings of Comedy tour. The performances were electric, redefining what black comedy meant in America. When Spike Lee turned the tour into a film in 2000, Harvey's place in entertainment history was sealed. Entire stadiums chanted his name, a surreal reward for the man who once lived in his car. But behind the applause, exhaustion crept in. The endless travel, emotional toll, and responsibility of leadership weighed heavily. Still, Harvey reminded himself that every laugh was a victory against the hunger and hopelessness that once haunted him. Author, mentor, and voice of inspiration. Steve Harvey's influence grew beyond comedy. In 2009, he released Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man, a book that blended humor with wisdom. It became a bestseller, inspiring millions. More books followed, transforming him into a motivational figure. His story of faith and perseverance resonated across generations. He received countless honors, Daytime Emmys, NAACP Image Awards, and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yet every achievement brought him back to that little boy with the torn dream, reminding him of his purpose: to help others believe when the world tells them they can't. The Miss Universe mistake, public humiliation, and redemption. In 2015, Harvey faced one of his most painful public moments. As host of the Miss Universe pageant, he mistakenly announced the wrong winner. The world watched in shock as he apologized live on stage, a moment replayed millions of times. Overnight, jokes and memes flooded the internet, and critics declared his career over. But Steve refused to hide. He returned to host Miss Universe again, proving that redemption is built on courage, not perfection. That moment, though humiliating, became a powerful testament to humility, resilience, and grace under pressure. Losing his show and finding his faith. Again, in 2019, Steve faced another heartbreak when NBC abruptly cancelled The Steve Harvey Show. It was more than a professional loss. It felt deeply personal. Yet instead of bitterness, he chose acceptance. On his final taping, he told the audience, "This is just a new chapter." Those words reflected decades of wisdom carved from hardship. Even as doors closed, Harvey stood firm in faith, knowing every ending carried the seed of a beginning. His calm strength became a lesson for millions facing their own disappointments. You can lose everything and still not be defeated. Love, family, and the wounds that shaped him. Long before fame, Harvey married his first wife, Marcia, with whom he had 3 children. But poverty and ambition strained their marriage. As he chased success, the family grew distant, eventually ending in divorce in 1994. The pain of that failure followed him for years. He often said, "I lost my family chasing the dream." But from that regret came wisdom. His later marriage to Marjorie became a symbol of second chances and healing. Today, he speaks openly about the importance of love, forgiveness, and balance. Lessons learned not from victory, but from heartbreak. Legacy of a living legend. Steve Harvey's life is a living sermon about endurance. From sleeping in a car to commanding empires in television, radio, and publishing, his journey is a blueprint of resilience. He taught the world that faith isn't about never falling, it's about rising every time you do. The boy with a stutter became the man who makes millions laugh. The homeless dreamer became a symbol of hope for generations. Steve Harvey's story reminds us that no pain is wasted, no dream too impossible, and no fall too final. His life stands as proof that even the darkest nights can lead to divine mornings.